bring this thing back into proper nutrition for brain health. Devontae Springer, help me out, boss. If you're having a long day and you're tired, what is your go-to power food?
Ooh, I don't think I have a go-to food. Yeah, I don't really have a go-to power food. I do like avocados,
Okay.
and I do like those. But I did kind of want to speak on just the whole food conversation. I'm not really uh, like a guru or nothing. I kind of when I think about food, I kind of just tell people the best things is if you see it being cooked. You know what I'm saying? So like if I try to really just lean on like having home cooked meals, um, because I just think that's the healthiest way to go. But I would say from a personal experience, like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, I decided to go pescatarian, right? Because I was watching documentaries, like Seaspiracy, and I did check that documentary out too. Reading books and just watching documentaries, listening to podcasts, I started, getting more insight about the food that I was eating. So I was like, okay, let me try to, take a different route to, how I eat. And so I chose pescatarian. My goal was to be a vegan, but I chose pescatarian. And I tried it, right? And I was successful literally for like 2 years. I was successful at it. And then kind of after going through the process and like learning and just seeing what it is for myself, I kind of just came to a conclusion of like it really is just about your own personal preference. I heard a lot of great things that a lot of the other panelists said. But I always just take into account like a lot of people, like for instance, in America, right? We may have something that we eat that some people from another country may think is disgusting, or people from another country may eat things that we may be like, that's a part of your diet, but that they eat that and it's healthy for them and it's in their culture, and you know what I'm saying. So I really just feel like it does go a lot into personal preference. But if you do decide to go on a food, start questioning the things that you take in. I do think that's the most key part, is if you start being aware of like the things that you're taking in. But I did just want to end with like some possible solutions. I think I heard some already, but like I said, preparing foods at your house, home cooked meals. Also, I know there's a lot of local gardens. I know a lot of schools, and I even know some libraries that have local gardens. So that, and then I heard some people talking about, just planting your own foods and visiting other like, swap meets and stuff like that have cheap vegetables and stuff. But yeah, man, that's and it's kind of hard too, It's kind of hard, like we have a lot of advertising with, and you ride down the street and you see, a McDonald's sign, like, ooh, you get that craving. So it's kind of hard. I understand it, but yeah, I just kind of wanted to share that, man.
No, it's all good. It's a great point you bring up, because not only can you see the McDonald's billboard, you could smell the food as you walk by, and that goes straight into your brain, and you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna turn in and grab me a Big Mac real quick, So your nose and your brain are connected, and I think what we've been discussing here and dissecting is that our gut and our brain are connected as well. So we just have to be skeptical of what we take in as nutrition, and we have to be thorough with our nutritional intake for our energy in our brain. If you want to decrease anxiety and depression, decrease your sugar intake, or decrease inflammatory foods like red meat and other things. I'm sure Patrick could add a few of those and help me out, and others. Inflammatory foods are going to make your brain cells really swollen, and you're not going to be able to function as properly and as efficiently as you absolutely can. So, with that being said, do your best, choose healthy wherever you go, even if you're eating out with a friend. Do your best to just eat healthy, especially during the middle of the day, because like I said, as soon as we started this discussion, I had a big panda plate and I just feel a little sluggish. All right, I'm powering through it. I got my energy, but I'm not feeling as sharp and as strong as I usually do. So during the middle of the day, try to eat lighter than that. You snack on some nuts or a protein shake or some water, and use smaller portions to your advantage as well to be sharp, on edge with your mental health. I will bring it back around one more time to everybody, and we'll give some final tips for our viewers at home on how to properly give their brain the nutrition it deserves.
So I would like to start off with for people who are not a fan of eating nuts, salmons, walnuts because of their dryness. One thing that I have heard is, and Patrick could confirm or deny, but that dark chocolate is a good antioxidant and it's a brain booster. So you can always get, that almond covered chocolate, dark chocolate to be exact. But as Patrick has said throughout this chat, in moderation, because it's high in fat. When I say dark chocolate covered almonds, I'm talking about maybe like 4 of those, and that's it. It become a habit of continuing to eat and eat and eat. I'm guilty of that.
There you go.
Dark chocolate, good antioxidants. Another thing that I've heard would be tea. There are a lot of people who like, green tea. It cleanses, it relaxes. Some teas out there have supplements in them to relax you or to reduce anxiety or to help you sleep. Mm-hmm. And so overall, just to stay healthy for breakfast, my main tip is eat breakfast, a healthy breakfast. Mm-hmm. If you're not used to eating that, try to get into the mood of having breakfast. Start off small. You can start off, with a little bit of cereal, and little by little, as your stomach gets used to that, then, increase your breakfast size.
Yeah. Even an apple. Start with an apple.
Right.
Absolutely.
Great job, Richard. I want to round out the conversation, and I would love to hear from some of our youth as well. But, Justin is right. Your gut and your brain is definitely connected. Our brain, one of the chemicals that make our brain feels good is serotonin, and is lined, your intestinal tract, your gut is lined with bacteria that will secrete those serotonin. So you can get serotonin from exercising and also from eating a healthy, balanced diet. Now, do I eat chocolate? I don't eat McDonald's anymore, but do I eat chocolate and hash browns and, beef, like panda beef? Yeah, because guess what? There is 2 ways to eat. Want it to feel good right now, and then want it to feel good later. So we always try to aim to feel good later, right? You eat something good for your brain and to be healthy and to fill your day and your months and your years ahead of you. But also there are just times where you feel crappy and you want that piece of, milk chocolate or a Meals of Panda Express because it comes with some sentimental value or just simply make you feel good. I say go for it. I say go for it, but not every day. There's a concept called cheat day, for a lot of like muscle builder in the house. But you certainly had a cheat day, or even a cheat meal where you eat stuff that makes you feel good right now, but always try to remember what will make you feel good later and in the long term. And that's the brain food. That's a superfood, right? Berries, fruit, vegetables, protein. So think about the long-term effect of what you consume. And when you feel crappy and just want something that makes you feel good right now, go for it. Everything in moderation. I am a huge believer in moderation. I don't constrict myself in eating anything. I eat whatever I want, whenever I want, but my mind always bring me back to a healthy diet. Maybe that's why I don't have a snack like Justin.
Real quick, Patrick, before you go, what is the serotonin neurotransmitter? What does that do? Since you talked about it in the gut, serotonin gets released, it gets created, it gets up to our brain. If we're eating healthy, feeling good, what does the serotonin do?
Serotonin is a neurotransmitter that certainly can make you feel good. There's a lot of neurotransmitter in your brain: dopamine, acetylcholine, and serotonin is definitely one of them. It just happened that it's the same neurotransmitter that's made by your synapses in your brain. It's also released from your gut. So it's the same concept. Because of that gut-brain connections, what you eat certainly can dictate how you feel. So proper nutrition for brain food is all about feeding your brain, and feeding your brain start with your gut. Even though you can technically open your head and feed the food into your brain, your gut feed your brain. So again, just think about the long-term effect of what you're consuming, because what you eat may make you feel good now, like the panda. I'm sure it was delicious, but you feel sluggish later on, right? So you pay for the price later, for that instantaneous feel-good moment. Again, I'm all about moderation. I eat junk food from time to time, and it's okay as long as you reel it back and realize what you're putting in your body.
Got it. Serotonin, the happiness chemical that gets released when you feed your gut healthy things. In return, your brain is healthier. Thank you so much, Patrick.